Roxy Roller.
I will be on the top half as Beach Bro.
We tried this video a little earlier and we had some audio issues, so we're starting over.
The audio issue is I couldn't hear him.
Yeah, well, some might think that's an improvement.
Actually, a lot of people say they can't hear you. Learn to emote.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway, we like playing this game because it's easy.
Yeah. We just came back from seeing Spider-Man Far From Home.
So, if you haven't seen it yet, you may not want to watch because I think he wanted to discuss stuff.
Well, I like getting her talking while driving because it makes her drive badly.
I drive badly anyway, but still.
Well, I meant in the game.
Everything helps.
But, let's see.
Beach Bro and Lightning at the top.
I am Roxy Roller at the bottom. If I can find the color I like, there we go.
Yeah.
But anyway. But, yeah, it was a really good movie. I laughed a lot.
I laughed a lot. I thought that the comedy was excellent. Oh no! I blew up a crab, which blew up me.
Ha 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 ha.
But I had a problem with Mephisto's. Ha ha ha.
Mysterio.
Mysterio's first fight.
The first time he really fight. Okay, so there's your first spoiler, by the way. That Mysterio is really a bad guy, but if you hadn't figured that out from the trailers.
Yeah, they tried to just misdirect you, but they failed.
But yeah, we know Mysterio's the villain, so everybody knows that. So yeah, that's your first spoiler. We'll probably get to worse spoilers in a minute. But no, I really liked his fight with Mysterio. It was very CGI, but it was supposed to be. I mean, it's sort of one of those illusion fights where layers and layers and layers upon illusion, and where he gets lost into how many layers of illusion he's in. And I liked it because it felt like something you would see in a cartoon episode.
I don't know, I thought it was too over the top, and they were just trying to show off what CGI can do in the 21st century, rather than actually go for a psychological fight.
Damn you. Squid head.
Yeah, I'm the one who does bad when I'm talking. Yep, that's me. I found walls.
Well, there are walls there to find, yes.
But I found the walls. I found your dang oil slick, too.
Now, what we really need to discuss is the post-credits scene.
Which part?
The very last one. So seriously, if you haven't seen the movie yet, you really need to turn off now.
He thinks that Nick Fury hasn't been Nick Fury since the 90s. I don't agree.
I don't say I think that, I'm asking that. Where basically, the end of the movie, you find out that Nick Fury and Maria Hill are Skrulls.
Ah!
And that the real Nick Fury is on the Skrull ship that we saw at the end of Captain Marvel.
Woohoo! I don't think woohoo.
Can you lower the volume just a little? I can't hear myself over the video game. Thank you very much. So anyway, so the question is, how long has Nick Fury been with the Skrulls, and how long has the, when did they do the switch?
I say they did it after Age of Ultron. Or after the blip.
I think there is a very good, I don't know, but I'm saying there's a very good chance that the Nick Fury has been Talos since the end of Captain Marvel, that they did the switch before they left in the ship for good. Why the switch? I don't know. Maybe just sort of a alien ambassador program or something, I don't know. But, but I could be missing an important detail.
I don't think he could have been, or he couldn't have been the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. because he wasn't head of S.H.I.E.L.D. yet.
He could have been a Skrull and still had the career advancement.
Nick Fury would know what Nick Fury knows if he hadn't gone through the 2000s. Is my contention.
Well, I was talking to a friend about it earlier too.
He has friends.
I do have friends, and you know a ball and chain.
I am the ball and change.
And of course, he was saying that I mean, there was a line in there about where Fury tells Peter, "I saw you at the funeral."
But Talos, the thingy was.
But of course, that's Talos who saw him at the funeral. I mean, so the switch couldn't have been after the funeral because it couldn't have been too recently, I guess is what I'm saying.
Right.
Because the same character who saw Peter at the funeral is the character that is in this movie, which means Talos. So he's.
All right, now that one I get. That one I will concede. I still say that.
Now my friend said, I can't imagine Fury not wanting to be at Tony's funeral himself. But then my point was, well, yeah, but if he's been a Skrull since Captain Marvel, then the real Nick Fury's never even met Tony. And that, so it would be Talos who has an emotional attachment to Tony, and Talos who would want to be at the funeral personally. And that being the case, I mean, everything we know, other than Captain Marvel, everything we know of Fury would have always been, you know, Talos. So, and again, for those of you just joining us, there are spoilers here for Spider-Man Far From Home that we are discussing, so you may want to turn off if you haven't seen Far From Home yet. But anyway, so yeah, we're trying to figure out just how far back the switch occurred, how far back that, how long Fury has really been a Skrull.
And I don't think it was I can't conceive of it being the 90s because, I mean, he just wouldn't be Nick Fury if it was.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Maybe the Nick Fury that we're in love with is Talos. I mean, that's just, we've always known since, I mean, the first time we saw him when, you know, at the end of Iron Man, when he's waiting in Tony's room, that was Talos, and that's the guy we fall in love with. He just happens to really be a Skrull.
We're tied.
We are tied.
Dr. Sattler.
Dr. Grant. But I honestly don't know. So I mean, you could be right. They could have done the switch after the blip, or they could have done it after Age of Ultron. What makes you think it was after Age of Ultron?
He said that he was going away, that S.H.I.E.L.D. was destroyed, and that he didn't have a point anymore.
You could also make that argument for the end of the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And, you know, when he fakes his death and everything,
yeah,
they could have come back
I think that's what I meant. I'm stupid about Ultron.
I see what you're saying, yeah. And then after, and then when he finally just miraculously shows up again, that, you know, when we see him in Age of Ultron, that is the first time we're seeing
Talos. That's what it could be.
That's a possibility too.
You don't even care that blew you up with 2 skulls.
Well, Spider-Man is a serious thing.
Spider-Man's awesome. Spider-Man was always been one of my favorites. I like him way back from when. Matthew even knows this. My stepfather, who's an artist, actually painted Spider-Man mural that I loved for years and years. They have since lost the painting.
They lost it?
Yeah, they lost it. I don't know. They just don't want to give it to me, I'm sure. Boom! I boomed over the line, but I lived.
seems like one of those things you could misplace too easily.
They think they may have sold it, but they don't know to who. They think it was on display, but they don't know if they got it back from storage. Every time I ask about that painting, they don't know where it's at.
Okay, so they just don't want to give it to you.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's funny.
It's weird. The thing is that out of every member in my family, I'm the one who would appreciate Don's paintings the most. I'm the ones who'd actually display them. And because the man doesn't like me, it's so weird. I'm going to cough. That's the cough. Oh, by the way, the man doesn't like me for the simple reason nobody ever really likes me. I never do what they expect me to do. And it really pisses everybody off.
Haha.
You brat! I was trying to dump chickens on your head.
Well, you mess with the bull, you get the horns. What can I say?
But I was trying to dump chickens on your head.
But yeah, I think Jake Gyllenhaal did a pretty good job.
Oh, I think he did an excellent job for what he was having to do.
Yeah, and of course everybody knows before they even go in that he's going to be a bad guy. That this whole like.
Some people thought it was for a sequel, though. They were trying to give it as a sequel hook.
That they were. Well, that's. I can
It still
see
could
that,
be.
But yeah, the now I was kind of disappointed that there it turned out the whole multiverse thing, didn't happen. Just trying to go across the finish line. Okay.
I tried to stop you. Oh, I was trying to stop you.
Because when they mentioned multiverse,
yeah,
I thought they were, everybody was hoping they're setting up for, live action like Miles Morales and stuff like that in the theater. But
also there were other clues to Miles Morales. That big Tony Stark mural that was on one of those walls. I swear, I was like, I looked at, I said, Miles did that.
Okay.
Seriously, I looked at it, I was like, Miles did that picture. So
could be, but
that was interesting.
But still, yeah, just finding out that
I'm still ahead. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
That as far as we know, there is no multiverse in the MCU.
But that's okay. The MCU had enough to do.
Right, and there's no reason they can't put Miles Morales or Gwen Stacy or whoever from this dimension in there sometime as, their, characters and stuff. But someday.
But yeah, this movie was funny. It was really well written as a comedy. It was so nice.
I swear, it's weird how everybody lately has decided that Spider-Man movies need to be funny. I mean, the last three, Homecoming and the Into the Spider-Verse, of course, have all been like primarily comedies that just happen to be superhero movies.
Yeah, but you wanted movies like that.
I do. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying I love it. I'm just saying that it's interesting that they associate Spider-Man with comedy now. It's just, I think after the Amazing Spider-Man flops, maybe they just decided, well, those were a little too dramatic or something. Ow.
Were you trying to pass me or something?
Although I think drama is not the only reason those flopped, but
no, it's not. It's kind of like the MCU is deliberately not making the same mistakes as Warner Brothers. I ran into my own chickens!
It's like they're distancing themselves. They're like saying, hey, the tone of this Spider-Man movie is nothing like the tone of the last series. So we want to make sure everybody knows that, we're not doing this, and this. But it's crazy how well it works, too. I mean, Spider-Man is just a funny character when written right.
And played right. Tom Holland does a good job, which brings up another one of my points. Tom Holland actually did elicit good emotions from me. Oh, I can't believe you're up first. And the thing is that means, in my opinion, because I'm actually a rather cynic human, okay, fine, be ahead of me, that they're a good actor or actress if they can actually elicit a public emotion from me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not like that. And the thing is that how can you get worse than being cast as Spider-Man for the rest of your life? I mean, Chris Evans is trying to avoid being Captain America, and ain't gonna happen. but he's trying.
So here's a big question. Again, another spoiler alert. The ending, the mid-credit sequence.
Okay.
You know, where we J. Jonah Jameson and all that. What do you think they're gonna do from here now that the world knows that Spider-Man is Peter Parker?
Now, I can't imagine why they did that. I don't know how we're supposed to go anywhere. I mean, I realize we're supposed to be like a parallel with Batman a lot, with Spider-Man, except funny and teenagey. But I don't imagine what's going to happen. I mean, does Fury take them into hiding? What?
Well, I mean, first thing you understand, of course, not only is he, not only is his identity known, but also a lot of people think he's a bad guy because they, you know, are going to believe Mysterio over him. Although that's nothing a good PR person couldn't fix. And secondly, most of the heroes in this universe don't have secret identities.
True.
You know, everybody knew Tony was Iron Man. Although it does make you wonder why Peter would still bother wearing a mask. If you know, everybody knows his identity, but
that's true too.
But it did happen in the comics. Peter's identity did become public knowledge at one point.
Yeah.
And I think
didn't they just kill him?
I think the way they God,
that's better.
So
2 points ahead.
But no, I think at one point there was they magicked it away somehow. Somehow they did something that made the entire universe. Again, if anybody wants to expand on this, feel free to leave comments.
Oh yeah, we like discussions like this. That's lava.
Or maybe it was one of those deals with the devil he made. I don't know. But
he made a deal with the devil?
Well, he made a deal with the devil one time to save his Aunt May, which was really stupid. And that was the...
Is that where I get Mephisto?
Yeah, we made the deal with Mephisto about the saving Aunt May's life, and when he did so, it erased his marriage to Mary Jane or something like that.
Huh.
It was really... Everybody hated
I fell in love with you.
It was the one more day thing.
Oh.
Yeah, people
still
years. Talk about how bad that was. But anyway, but no, I don't remember how everybody forgot he was Spider-Man again, if they did. But but no, it was the Ultimate Universe where he died, and Miles became Spider-Man. Yeah, I haven't actually read a lot of Spider-Man, so I'm just going by what I hear other people talking about all the time on the internet. So, yeah, I'm sure
cool. You can do that.
I'm saying a lot of things that are wrong here.
I'm doing a lot of things that are wrong here. Oh, man, you were only 2 points ahead of me before.
Yes, but I did it while talking.
Okay, I already admitted you were more talented than me. Shush.
You beat me at this all the time. But,
no, I'd say 25% of the time, but still.
Didn't really care for Spider-Man's new suit.
I didn't notice the difference. Black, blue, whatever.
Well, yeah, that's black instead of blue. I don't know.
But I do get the metaphor spoiler I saw the other day about him building his own lightsaber. Again, spoiler alert if you haven't caught on by now.
Yeah, I loved the scene where he's building his new Spider-Man suit because, I mean, where he's like stepping in Tony's footsteps and using Tony's equipment to build it and all this stuff. And I thought that was really nice. Doing it to AC/DC, even though he thinks it's Led Zeppelin. That was funny.
That was funny. No, I thought a lot of this had a very good script, a very good writing, and it was very good misdirection too. I mean, they kept it all the way up until, you know, the very end of, now we got him. So I liked it, but to me it was predictable because I saw it. I don't know if anybody else saw it.
Well, I'm sure there's not a person in the universe who went in not knowing that Mysterio would be the villain. So that's sort of an untwist there.
Undo the twist.
I mean, that was just totally...
9 points.
You know, it's like,
alright, fine.
You know, it's kind of like in Star Wars Episode 3 when, you know,
That
Palpatine
really old
reveals...
movie with the walking thingies?
When Palpatine reveals, you know, that he's the Emperor, that he's the Sith Lord, and the audience is like,
Yeah, we got that, thanks.
But this is about the same way. I didn't hear any gasps from the audience. Dude. When it turned out that Mysterio was a bad guy. And I gotta say, as much as they do a good job in giving villains real motivations and stuff in the cinema movies, the whole scene where Mysterio reveals he's a villain and starts talking to talking about his evil plan with all this.
Yeah, he's all mad because he named it Barf. Okay.
Yeah, the whole scene felt very, very comic booky
And forced.
but I still thought it was really funny. It was still really
It was still
entertaining.
great,
It was a great scene. It's just, you know, it just wasn't a very serious scene.
Somebody shot us in the tunnel and now I'm all back here and that's not fair. I'm never catching up.
That's okay. I don't mind if you don't catch up.
I know you don't mind if I don't catch up. Okay, now I ran into a tree.
They have trees on Mars?
Well, there's these big sticky things that I ran into and it's really big and it's just awful.
I love that part where he's telling Mysterio, I can help, I'm sticky.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, never getting there.
No, it's okay. You're going to actually have a DNF, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
You can do it. 10 seconds, you can do it. You can get there in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh, it's going to be close. With a chicken on your face.
I did it. Dang it. Oh, more drink.
Okay. So, you have a bit of catching up to do.
Oh, I'm accepting donations for pain management. I don't care how you take that. Oh.
Did you take the pill?
Uh-huh.
Okay. It's not doing anything, or it's just only cutting
It only helps half, remember? I'd have to have much stronger, and they want me to go through a program because that's the government.
Yeah.
I don't need a program, trust me, but I'm nuts all by myself. But, age and pain level doesn't go with what they consider as good. On top of that, we broke. That stuff probably expensive.
Maybe.
So again, donations. All right. I'm gonna beat your ass.
You can certainly try.
I want to try and beat your ass.
I would love to see you catch back up after being this far behind.
You're the catch-up, and I didn't see how far behind I was, so therefore I am not behind. It is Schrodinger's behind.
Schrodinger's behind.
It is Schrodinger's behind. Stop with your little bullhorns pointed at me.
Just want to know why. I don't supposed to speed you up. It doesn't.
Don't shoot things at me.
So my next question is, why do you think they decided to switch places with the Skrull and Fury?
I think that's another hint as to it wasn't that long ago.
That there might be a current reason they did it. Maybe something to do with the fact that there's so many alien threats coming to Earth now that maybe they want an alien on Earth as an advisor.
Maybe.
Yeah, but there's no reason to switch places if you're doing that, unless again, an exchange program. Maybe they want the Skrulls to know more about the situation on Earth, and know, it just sort of makes more sense to me if they
Yeah.
switched right after Captain Marvel and they decided to.
I'd hate that if they switched right after Captain Marvel, though. I really would. I would hate that. I want them sometime after Winter Soldier or something. when he's
Why
like-
would you hate that, though?
I would hate it because I do not want Talos to be in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D. and not know that the Hydra's coming. I mean, if it's the 90s, that's how Hydra got everywhere. It was because Talos is inept. 19. Is that 19? Am I doing my math right?
Let's see.
Or is it 29?
Okay, wait. It was. Okay. Yeah, 19.
Alright.
I used to be able to do math.
Yeah, man, you're the one who took calculus in high school, for heaven's sakes.
Yeah, well, I didn't pass it.
I can't even understand the beginnings of it, so I'm still going to hold you up to a higher standard because you did it.
Yeah, calculus is to math what philosophy is to English.
Hey, I did good at philosophy, thanks.
But yeah, I
Got bounced into the ceiling,
or maybe
thank
the
you.
fact that I believe that is the reason it did so poorly in it.
Because you don't get philosophy?
But no, I mean, I didn't fail it, but I know that the only reason I did pass
Ow!
calculus is because my
You're
math teacher
so
liked
rude.
me. So yeah, I should not have tried to take it again in college. That was a bad idea. Who hit my springboard?
It wasn't me.
Anyway, well, so we think it should either be very recent or very old.
Right.
See,
You're on the very old.
I don't have a problem with it. Part of me initial reaction is like, well, I don't like it undoes a lot of Fury's character development or something if he was a Skrull, but actually no, it doesn't. It's just, it's always been Talos that we've loved, not Fury. I mean, even so, maybe Fury's greatest personality traits we love have been Talos's all along or something, I mean, it's just...
Oh, you bitch.
I mean, if that's the case, it's the same guy we've always loved. He just happens to be a shape-shifting alien this whole time. It doesn't undo any... Ow, you squid head. Any character development. It's just not the person you thought he was.
I can't beat you if you don't let me front.
That is exactly correct.
Mm-hmm. See, I did pass philosophy.
Okay. Alrighty.
I don't know, I just don't like it. I don't like it if he was there since the 90s. I like it if he was there since, like, Winter Soldier or after the Avengers movie. But I don't like it if he was there the whole time. It's just something... It's an opinion, really. It's just, I don't like it.
I would like it to be very early or very recent. I would like it to be, I would like it if it was ever since Captain Marvel, and I would like it if it was, like, almost after Endgame. I mean, because, again, it can't really be after Endgame because he said I saw you at the funeral, but, but I would like it if it was very recent. It's just, what I don't like is the splitting in the middle part. I don't like the...
You hit me!
I did. I would do it again.
You let Leilani in front of us.
But I don't want the series to be half Fury, half Talos. That's what I don't want. I don't want it to have been
Why?
like 10 movies into the 20. Well, because that does undo character development. Because it's like, the character we saw half develop for these 10 movies is a different character than we saw develop in those 10 movies.
Okay.
So I either want it to almost always have been him or very, very recently switched.
Well, I think they were going for very, very recently switched, but what the heck do I know?
Well, you realize people are going to be debating this for a very long time, and considering the next movie is not coming out till 2020, and...
You don't think Phage will actually...
Feige.
Okay.
You don't think he'll what?
I don't think they'll... Come here, you brat! I always win this one! Oh!
Leilani beat us.
You fell down.
I did on purpose. I like winning and then falling off the
I
cliff.
was gonna win. Now it's too much.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to come back from this. You'd have to make 28 points when the maximum is 25.
No, I think your points are very interesting, obviously, but... I like the way they're developing MJ's character.
I do too. I thought she did a really good job in the movie. It was nice to see her. Nice to see that she actually does have emotions, I guess. You know, rather than just total snarkiness. And yet it didn't feel out of character for her when she did do heavy things. It just felt like she was finally letting her guard down a little because she was trusting somebody.
I don't think they needed to open up Flash's emotional development, though.
What was the deal there at the end where his mom didn't come pick him up?
Right.
What was that about? Was that supposed to be significant?
Have you been did you listen to his stupid little video post?
I did earlier. He did say something earlier about that implied there were problems in their family.
No, all of them was, Mom, look at this. Mom, look at this. Mom, see this. Mom, look at this. Mom, look here. And his mother didn't come and pick him up. Now, that is a trope, but it is a character development.
A really sad punchline.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering if it was because they were actually setting something up about him later, like that's going to end up with maybe him being Peter's friend more or something.
I don't know now that he knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man and he's such a Spider-Man fan.
Maybe.
I have no idea. But no, they set up a lot for Spider-Man. They're good. They are trying to make him the front, but they'll fix it in the next movie, I'm sure. It's a red herring, is what I'm saying.
Maybe.
All right, we have discussed Far From Home, Spider-Man. We watched Matthew kick my ass, and we made Leilani cry. All of these are successful and very good things. Thank you so much for watching, and please
like, share, and subscribe.
I thought you said stop saying that. You're so confusing. If you like it, hit the like button. Thank you.
Wrong button.